Hello, this is Mr. Rasmussen with Algebra 2, Lesson 93. And this is on the discriminant. This involves the quadratic equation here, and the discriminant is this part right here in the square root. The b squared minus 4ac is what we label as the discriminant. Now, what that does for us is if we take our quadratic equation and we find out what our a value is, our b value, and our c value, plug them into this and then solve it, depending on what the answer is, it will label for us what the answer for the whole problem would be if we were to solve it. And it gives three different categories there. So in today's lesson, it's just showing you how to do that and to find out what the parameters of what the answer would be in. And I suppose you can use that as like a check when you do the whole problem as far as solving the quadratic equation and using that to get an answer to your problem. You can do this as a check to verify that you're in the right area for your answer. Okay, so let's work through this. They start out the lesson with three equations, an A, B, and a C equation. Okay? In the A equation, we see that our A value would be 1, our B value is going to be 4 here, and our C value is going to be also 4. Okay? The answer to this problem as they solve it is x is equal to -2 if we were to solve this one through. Now, what they're showing you is we're going to use the discriminant. So for the discriminant, I'll place it in there. We got 4 squared, my b value, minus 4, my a value, which is 1, and my c value, which is 4. So 4 times 4 is 16, minus, looks like -4 times 1 is also -4. -4 times 4 is a -16, gives me an answer of 0. If I do the discriminant and I get to an answer of 0 with the discriminant, then that tells me, then like this problem here, my answer is going to be one real number. Okay, which we see here. One real number. Okay, in this case it's a -2 and only one number. Okay, so the discriminant tells me if it's 0, discriminant turns out 0, it's one real number as my answer there as far as what type of problem. Okay, looking at the second example here, my a value once again is 1, my b value is 5, and my c value is a -1. They tell us the answer to this problem is x is equal to plus or minus, or no, back up here. X is equal to -5/2 plus or minus square root of 29 over top of 2. Alright, and that's what we're kind of used to our answers kind of looking like a little bit. In this case, let's use our discriminant and see what's going to tell us that we're going to have a similar answer to this. Okay, use our discriminant here. We get 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times our c value, which is -1. So we're going to get 25 minus, -4 times a -1 is a +4. So it looks like when I solve this, I get 29. Alright, so 29. If I get a positive number, this is positive 29. If I get a positive number in my discriminant solved, then that tells me my answer is going to be 2, okay, a plus and minus, the 2 real number solutions. So 2 real number solutions, such as this, and so there's going to be a positive and negative in there, but it's going to be a real number, meaning it doesn't have any imaginary parts, any imaginary numbers in there. All right, and then if we look at our third scenario here, my a is equal to 1, my b is equal to 5, and my c is equal to 7. So if we look at the answer as they solve this, we can see the answer is actually x is equal to negative 5 over 2 plus or minus the square root of 3 over 2 with an imaginary number in there. All right, so as you can see, once we solve this to discriminant, we're going to see what a discriminant looks like to tell us that we're actually going to have imaginary number in our answer. So our discriminant is going to be 5 squared minus 4, 1 here, and then 7. So 5 squared is 25 minus 4 times 7, which is 28. And so 25 minus 28, negative 3 is my discriminant. If my discriminant is a negative number, then my answer is going to be a two complex solutions that are conjugates. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's work through the 2 example problems in the lesson, just in further demonstration to show you what we're looking at here. And okay. All right, example number 1. We have this problem here. Let's change it into the correct form by moving some things over. It means we're going to have x squared plus 4x minus 2 is equal to 0. My a value is 1, my b value is 4, my c value is negative 2. So plugging that into the discriminant, I'm going to get 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times the negative 2. All right, negative 1. 4 times negative 1 doesn't change. Negative 4 times negative 2 gives me a positive 8. So 16 minus 8 equals 8. That's a positive number. So it says do not solve this, just find out what it is. My answer is 2 real number solutions for this problem. Okay, see how I just identified that my discriminant was a positive, therefore I'm identifying the problem as what type of answer it will be. All right, let's look at the second example problem. Second one here, let's change it to the correct form here. So stuff's going to get moved over. 3x squared minus 2x plus 8 equals 0. All right, so my discriminant is going to be negative 2 squared equal, or minus, I'm used to writing equations, minus 4 times my a value, which is 3, and my c value, which is 8. Okay, so in this here, negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Multiply all of this out, I actually get negative 96. And so I get a negative 92 as my discriminant answer. Therefore, my answer to my problem as identifying is 2 complex solutions which are conjugates. Alright, there we go. Answer to example number 2. Alright, let's work through the 2 practice problems. Once again, you can see it looks a little complicated, but in just identifying, not that bad. Alright, practice problem A. Let's move it into the correct form here. Plus 3x minus 2 equals 0. Alright, then my discriminant is going to be 3 squared minus 4, 1, and a negative 2. Alright, so 3 squared is 9, minus, and that doesn't change, so negative 4, negative 2 is negative 8, 1. Looks like my answer is positive, therefore it is 2 real number solutions. Alright, let's look at a second practice problem here. Once again, I got to change it in the right form. 3x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals 0. So it's going to be negative 4 squared minus 4, my a value is 3, and my c value looks like it's also 3. Negative 4 times negative 4 is a positive 16. Minus this looks like negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Times 3, negative 36. And it looks like it's going to be a negative 20. So this one looks like 2 complex solutions which are conjugates. Okay, I'm going to double check that I got the right answers from a book here. All right, and that is correct. This one's going to have imaginary numbers if we were to solve it. This one is not. Okay, and then once again, remind you that if you get a 0, then it's just simply one real number as far as what we're identifying. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If not, feel free to contact me. Have a great day.